Alright guys, I want to tell a story about a vacation I went on in 2014. It was a vacation to the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon. It was my girlfriend, her two kids, and myself. I think I said 2014. We went to a place called Canyon Country. It's a place behind Animal Land in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. Anyway, the kids just went to bed. I believe it was a Saturday. Yeah, it was a Saturday night. The kids just went to bed. This is probably 9, maybe 10. Actually, I think they went to bed at 9, and this happened at 10. Okay, so they went to bed. I was making food on the fire pit, and it was just myself or her and I, and I was making hot dogs, and she's like, I want to go Bigfooting. Okay, well, okay, we can do that. We're already in the forest, and it's probably about a block from our cabin behind Animal Land to the edge of the forest line. She said, "Yeah, I want to go Bigfooting." So I said, "Okay, go ahead. I'll catch up whenever I'm done eating. I'll catch up with you." So she goes ahead and heads up there. Like I said, it's only about a block from where our cabin is. So she's up there for a couple minutes, and I just finished up, and I was like, should I use my cell phone flashlight, or should I go in the cabin and get a flashlight? Well, I didn't want to wake those kids up, so I was like, I'll just use my cell phone flashlight, because she's probably halfway back down. She's probably gonna get scared anyway, and this isn't gonna take very long, so yeah, I'll just use my cell phone flashlight. So I start making my way up. It's like around a bend. She's up there doing tree knocks and doing whoops, and I get up there, and she says, "Oh, you're not going to believe this. I got a response from, a ways into the forest." And I said, "Oh, come on. It's probably just an echo." And she's like, "Oh, I'm serious. I got a response." And I said, "Well, let's see if it's an echo. Go ahead and do another tree knock." So she does another tree knock, and we wait, don't hear anything. I'll say, I don't know, a couple minutes later, we hear another tree knock out in the distance, a good ways away. I said, "Well, do another one and see if we get another response." So she does another tree knock, and a couple minutes later, we get another response in the same area. Well, do one more, see what happens. She does another one, and there's no response. But a few minutes later, you hear from the same place in the distance as the response tree knock, something starts walking towards us, in our direction. And I'm looking at her like, okay, something's coming towards us, but in order for them to walk into that forest, they'd have to have a flashlight, or they'd have to have some sort of light. And there wasn't anything you know, we couldn't see anything, which makes us believe, like, all right, how are you walking in the middle of the forest, 10 o'clock at night, when there's not even like good visibility in the sky. And I'm thinking, what is this coming? And it's still working its way towards us. And I said to her, shh, just be quiet. Let's see how much further it comes. I'm curious to see what this is. I mean, we couldn't shine a flashlight on it because all we had was a cell phone flashlight. So, anyway, it stops making noise. I don't know if it stopped or I would imagine it stopped because you couldn't hear it coming towards us anymore. So I told her, you know, I don't know what this is. It's not coming towards us anymore. All of a sudden, we hear a twig snap, and this is feet from us. Mind you, we're right in the tree line. We're right in the tree line. And we hear a snap of, you know, a twig feet from us. So it closed a distance, a pretty significant distance, without us even hearing it close the distance. Which to me is mind-boggling because we were in that part of the woods forest earlier in the day, and it's so noisy in there. Like there's a little game trail. It's probably about 14 inches wide, and I didn't like walking on it because it was so narrow. So I actually went into the forest so I didn't have to walk on that game trail, and I made so much noise. So I can't imagine how anything went undetected in the forest and closed that much distance without anybody hearing it. Like we both heard absolutely nothing from, you know, way out. I don't know how far it was. I guess in the term of blocks, it would probably be 2 blocks maybe. So in two blocks, we heard no sign. So I don't know. It's like some kind of forest ninja, or you got me. It's really a mystery to how I closed that gap. But yeah, when it was feet from us, and we heard the twig snap. Oh, okay. So if it's feet from us, it's within arm's reach to grab one of us, and we're out of our element. Let's face it. All we had was a cell phone. We had no weapons. We don't know what we're up against. So I told her, let's get the hell out of here. Go. And we both made our way out of there pretty quickly. And we went around the bend, and the fire's still going from, you know, when I was making the hot dogs and cooking the marshmallows. It's still going. I mean, not like really going, but you can see from the distance that it's still on fire. You know, it's probably like 2 logs that are still unburnt, and I can see, and that's my focal point to get to the cabin. Yeah, that fire is, you know, real close to the cabin. So that's my focal point. And we were moving pretty briskly. A stick was thrown from, I'm not sure exactly where it was thrown from, but it had to have been a good distance away because we were probably a block from it when we started moving, where the tree line was. Whatever this thing was able to throw that branch, or that stick, which is, yeah, about this big, 2, 3 feet maybe. Was able to chuck that branch and put it within feet of that fire. Because that's the only way I saw it, was because it was in my line of sight, because I was looking at that fire. And I just happened to see the stick, boom. I mean, it wasn't something that just fell out of the sky. You know, it didn't pop out of the fireplace. It was thrown from a point behind us, which was, we were, like I said, we were still a good ways away. So whatever it was had a pretty good arm to be able to throw a stick, you know, 3-foot stick, at least a block or close to it. And it's got some pretty good aim. So you know, we got back to the cabin and went inside, locked the door, and you know, we were asking each other, was that a Bigfoot? Did we just get run out of the forest by Bigfoot? And of course, the kids just woke up and they wanted to know what happened, and we, you know, I had to tell them that, you know, don't go outside. We're just gonna go to bed now. So, of course, she went to bed. They went back to bed, and I stayed up and, well, of course I was laying in bed, but I stayed up and just looked at the window that was, you know, 90 degrees from me, 6 feet in the air, and I just, you know, I just wondered, is this thing gonna come to this cabin? And gotta get in. So I sat up and sat awake and waited for this thing to come. Not like I had any weapons anyway, but you know, I couldn't sleep. You know, and I kicked it around like, this could be a person, right? This could just be a person. And I'm trying to rationalize how this could be a person. And I'm just not, it's just not making sense how it's a person. Okay, I understand technology. You have night vision. You can walk into the forest, into the woods, and be okay. You don't need a flashlight. But my issue is, there was no noise from point A to point B. I can't explain that rationally. If you guys think you have the answers, I'd love to hear it. But rationally, I can't explain that. And to be able to throw a 3-foot stick in the middle of the dark, almost, I don't know where the release point was, whether it was a block or less than a block, but you know, whatever it was, didn't speak, didn't say get the hell out of here, get out of this forest. It never spoke. It just did tree knocks, walked, went into some kind of ninja mode. Was able to overcome a good bit of distance to practically reach out and grab us. So I don't know. I can't explain that to be a person. I don't know. In my opinion, I think. Well, I'll just keep my opinions to myself. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you.